And I don't know, I just feel like I have to speak on this because I know a lot of people are like ill-educated or like ignorant to proper fish care. And considering the fact that I've had fish my entire life, and my mom's had fish her entire life, she actually used to breed them. You know, I know a lot of people don't value fish lives, but this is something that's important to me. I value all life. So, maybe like a cricket or like a fish isn't going to matter to you, but it matters to me, and I believe no matter what, all life deserves proper care. So when you go to a fish store, like a local fish store, or even like a big chain store like PetSmart, Petco, when you see like the fish that you want, if you look on their little name card at the bottom, it should say the minimum amount of gallons that they need. It should say like their temperament, like if they're schooling, semi-aggressive, aggressive, stuff like that. Instagram cut me off, but so that little name card should tell you everything, like the basics, the absolute minimum basics that you need. And I know they sell a lot of products like, a 0.5 gallon for a betta fish. No, I have eyeliner on my finger, but anyways, betta fish need a minimum of 5 gallons, a minimum, absolute minimum of 5 gallons. 10 gallons is preferred. Obviously don't store bettas together, the male ones. Females with experience, you can have a sorority and like a 29 minimum gallon tank and plenty of hiding spots. It's more than just having a tank. But goldfish, to put it simply, goldfish are the American version of koi fish. So now if you know what a koi fish is, they're usually in very large ponds because they are big. They are giant fish. And like I said earlier, putting a fish in a tank that is too small, it's like putting a puppy in like a very small cage and saying it's okay, he can still turn around. Like, that's not ethical. That's not okay. If you saw somebody treating their dog like that, you would have an issue with it, and you would either say something or call the authorities because that's not okay. So then my thing is, why is it okay to do it to fish? Because you value their life less? It's still a living creature. It's still not okay. I feel so stupid because I know not a lot of people care about animals, but it's like... And also, well, the smaller tanks are cheaper. That's all I can afford. If you can't afford to properly take care of an animal, don't buy the animal. That would be like me buying a dog and not being able to afford its food every day, not being able to afford vaccines from the vet. Like, I understand not everybody is privileged enough to have these luxuries, but again, it's a living creature. It's putting its life in your hands. It can't help it. So the least you can do is, if you can't afford to properly take care of an animal, do not purchase the animal. And a lot of pet stores, they are misinformed about stuff, so I always implore you to do your own research online from reliable sources that are modern, like not something that's from like 200 years ago, because obviously it's not going to be accurate considering the knowledge we have today. But please properly take care of your animals, and also natural plants are always better. They can be somewhat of a pain in the ass to take care of, but you'll thank me later. And if you have any fish questions, you can always feel free to ask me. I know I'm not like an expert or anything yet, but if I don't know, I will try to point you to a reliable source or help you somewhat with that. Misinformation is bad. Please do your own research. Don't just take everything at face value, especially from pet store employees, because a lot of them don't know what they're doing. Every now and again, you'll get a good employee that is very knowledgeable, but most likely they're just there for the paycheck, and they don't really care. So, yeah, call me the crazy fish lady, but I don't know. I think all lives are important, and all lives should be valued, even if it's something as small as a fish. So, yeah. That's kind of awkward. Anyways. Oh, and I forgot to add. So, on like the little name card that says what species of fish is and all that information, the minimum gallons at the bottom is for that fish alone. That's not including any other fish in the tank. that's just specifically for that fish. So realistically, I believe the updated measurements is you need about a gallon per inch of the fish. So therefore, those like 1 gallon, half gallon fish bowls, no. Those cannot be used for anything except for like a hospital tank. Oh geez. The only time I use my small 2-gallon tank is for my half moon bettas when they are sick or something like that and they can't properly swim up to the top of the 20-gallon to get the food and stuff like that. I put them in a smaller tank so it's easier for them to swim up to get the food, stuff like that. You know, little quarantine tank. It's temporary. And a lot of breeders will keep their fish. So that's what I was saying before I got cut off. Breeders will keep them in those small tanks because it's temporary. They will be shipping them out where they will get their new big tank. I'm not sure if this video is going to work because my internet keeps cutting out. But yeah. Those gallons at the bottom is specifically for that one fish, not including any other fish. So, if you want a catfish and it says a minimum of 29 gallons, and you want a different catfish and it says a minimum of 20 gallons, you're going to need like 49 gallons to keep those fish happy, stress-free, disease-free, stuff like that. Because fish will die from stress. So, again, and this isn't a personal attack on the girl that I posted. This is just in general. Okay, something else I forgot to add, which I didn't think about because I thought it was common knowledge, but apparently a lot of people don't know actually, is those fish that you get from like PetSmart, Petco, those are babies. Those are babies. They're gonna grow, depending on what you get, they're gonna grow to be like 10 times that size, like gouramis, Oscars, stuff like that. I see a lot of people get, and it gets huge. It gets huge. So those fish that you're buying at the pet store are babies. Like, babies. They are going to grow a crap ton. So just be aware of that.